Hey everybody, I am Spegtacular, the Silver Stacular. I'm here with Coin Guy at his shop, Spring Hill, Florida. And we wanted to show you today that there are so many books and information you can get on coins and precious metals, and go over some of those books today.
This is some of the basic stuff. I have 4 or 5 times this much. I mean, I have specific books on Israeli coins, Chinese coins, Japanese coins, different type coins. The most famous you're going to know will be gray sheet. That's what dealers use.
So what exactly is gray sheet for
Gray
people?
sheet is a pricing guide for coins. It comes out every month. Costs dealers $40 a copy.
For one magazine?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We pay a subscription of like $350 a year, but you got to pay $350. But you can get it online. You can get it in different forms, and it's cheaper. But I'm a paper person. I'm not an online person. And this gives you a price guide.
Now that's the dealer version. There is a
Yeah.
market review that you can get most of the time for free, right? If you're
You'll
just
see them at shows sometimes.
yeah. They hand those out, no problem.
Here's Coin World. That comes being member of ANA. And you got to pay extra for it. And I have numismatic news.
And this is
And
just
this
what?
is where I pull articles out of.
So this is just articles and a lot of advertisements these days, right?
And some of them, they have pricing too. Yeah, this has pricing also.
A little bit of that.
Yeah. I mean, I have stuff all over the place. I don't know where all of it is sometimes.
I noticed that a lot of these magazines, they have, I don't know, 4 or 5 really, really good articles. And then the rest is like shops that put their advertisements
Oh,
in
yeah,
there.
yeah. Here you go. You got this too.
The numismatist.
Numismatist.
Okay. Same concept.
This has more, this actually has more articles. It doesn't have a price guide in it. It's going to have more articles on engravers, on historic events. It'll go in detail on ancient coins or paper money. This is a more academic kind of item,
Okay.
you know. And then you've got all the different forms. The famous Red Book.
Now,
And its sister book, the Blue Book.
what are these good for? Because we're going to go for all levels of collectors
Now
here, so
this
people
is
know.
a price guide.
Okay.
Okay, but this is very generic, more like a Bible. It's going to tell you how to grade coins. It's going to have stories about the biggest hoards. It's going to have a lot in it. I mean, it's a very interesting book. They got smart back in, I think it was in '76, when they first made the first binder, so that you can open it up and not crack the back to look up like this, you know.
I got myself a large one of these, the big boys, which is great because you're starting to get blind like I am, you know?
Yeah, I don't have one right now. I got to get the new one. And this is the Blue Book, which has closer to prices, but the 25 Red Book came out in April, came out last month. The 25 book came out last month. So these prices are obsolete to begin with. It's more of a guide.
Is this more of a guidebook if you are a buyer versus a seller of coins?
This is more if you're a seller,
Yeah.
more if you're a buyer.
Yeah.
And at the same time, when you look at this for pricing, if all the coins around you are $10 and the date you have is $50, you have a better date. That's the only thing I'll tell you. You know, if one is $8 and the other is 10 and one's 11, when you're selling them, you're going to get the same price for all of those.
So use this as a guidebook for mintages, really, to try to see where the value might be on your pieces.
Exactly.
Okay.
They're both guidebooks,
Yes, yes.
but you know, this one has more detail, more information on different areas.
What's great about these too, Guy, and I think you've mentioned this, is that these coins that are in this book are actually to size.
Yes.
So if you're curious about your coin being the right, correct size, not a counterfeit, you can put it right up to that picture.
Well, if you got a micrometer, it tells you how many millimeters. It'll tell you the size and the weight, and the weight's important. You know, if you're getting silver dollars and you have a scale with you at the flea market, and the guy's selling you silver dollars for $10 each, and they weigh 24 grams instead of 26.7, they're counterfeits.
Wow.
Kind of important, you know.
And it does happen a lot, let's be
Oh
honest.
yeah,
Yeah, too
all
many
the
times.
time.
All right, what else? You got this, you got the VAMs.
This is more important. This is important too.
Okay.
When you're starting out, this might have been one of my first books.
Let's just say photo
This
grade.
is an old. This is photo grade. And what you do is you basically compare your coin to the wear on the coin in the book.
If you're a coin collector of old classic U.S. coins, you need this book.
Virtually everything is in this. This is photo grade, and this is the ANA book. Same idea. And it shows you with pictures.
Now, these are not to scale.
No,
These are not to scale.
But you can see that,
Okay.
well, it's better because they blow it up so you can see the detail you're looking for.
So what you're doing here is, because there's a 1 to 70 grade on coins, you're seeing how your coin that may be in your hand would compare and what the grade would end up being.
Yep, and this came out, and this one probably came out before the 1 to 70 scale. This book is, what year is this book? $2.95. This is the first one, I think. This was mine. 1972.
That's a great book.
Yeah, I graduated high school.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, back in the old days when we used to write with charcoal.
Charcoal, for real? Come on, guy.
Virtually. But this is, here's your pricing. This tells you how to grade. These are your basic books for learning. Then you go to the next level,
Okay.
and you have, when you look for VAMs, or you look for errors. I get phone calls all the time.
Now, what is a VAM? What is an error? What are we talking?
Varieties.
Okay.
Where the die breaks, or the 1902 double die, or as you can see, this 1909. See the doubling in here?
So it shows you right where that
There's
stuff
arrows
is.
to it.
Okay.
Here's like an S. Here's the arrows. And you need this to tell if something can. Now, there's an in-your-face D/D.
Because if you have some of these special coins that are hard to find sometimes, you have extra value in your coin collection.
And don't take your prices off of YouTube. I get calls every day about somebody who has a $9,000 quarter that's 1977. That's some guy fishing, or some guy who doesn't want to work again for 2 more years, and he thinks he's got 9 of those.
Yeah.
I get those calls every day.
Well, Yahoo's really bad for posting these stories about
impossible stories.
these crazy coins. And what it's trying to do is get people to click on it. Because when they click, there's advertisements that pop up. They get money for making the article. So just be
Here's
careful.
one I always get.
Well, this is why you get the books, though, guys, so
This
that you
is what-
know for a fact
exactly.
that you have. Yes.
You have the 68S. This is very rare coin. 69S, I mean. Right here.
Yeah. So it tells you what to
This
look for.
coin's like $60,000.
Jeez.
I had a person call me. I have the 69 double dyed and 69/9. Really? I have 8 of them. Oh, you've doubled the world supply now.
Wow.
So you've done very good, but you got to have all of these telltale things.
For just that one coin. This is a great book, too.
And this coin is big money. I mean, this coin is big money. Yeah, this says 6,000. This is an old book too.
Chances are, if it's
20,
rare, you
30,000.
probably don't have it, but it's worth trying to figure it out, because if you do, big money.
And when you have 5 of them, forget it. I don't believe you.
And so this is more of the varieties and everything, and this is a great bit of, because there's some rare varieties too. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, very rare.
Okay.
Now this is another important book. This is grading, but this also, and I've added to this, this book is for counterfeiting. The diagnostics, the things you look for to tell the difference. What the real one looks like, the little chip on the 7, counterfeit.
Wow.
For multiple coins.
When you say you've added to it, what does that mean you've done?
All these extra pages that I pulled out of other articles and added to this
That's wise.
to give me more information on certain coins.
Yeah. You've built this book yourself.
You see that's fake. This is real. It's got like a triangle in it, those little knobs at the end. Like I said, I found this 16D that only had the top showing, but the top was that knob on the end. And I knew it wasn't an S, and that was enough for me to know.
For people that don't know about these coins yet, this little tiny D right here is actually right there in the coin. So you really need some kind of microscope or loop to
It's
really
like
get
it's
those.
7 o'clock on the back rim.
Yeah.
This is a fake D. You don't want that D. There's just people out there who make a living at this. And they say, oh, I got a 1909 SVDB.
Being shysters.
And it belonged to my grandfather. They were counterfeits 40 and 60 years ago. That coin was always rare.
Yeah.
So, just because your grandfather didn't mean your grandfather didn't get ripped off. I mean, you have that kind of thing.
Happens all the time.
And then you've got book on paper money.
Wow. World paper money, not even the U.S., huh?
From 1300s,
Jeez.
1368 to 1960. Then there's another book that takes up from there. Which one do you pull out over here? This is in my back bookcase. This looks like an old one like that.
Little hardback.
This is specialized issues.
Okay.
More detailed than that. Just like this book on coins here.
That's just unusual world coins.
Unusual world coins.
And then speaking of world coins, you have these right here.
Uh-huh.
This is just 2001 to date.
This is modern. This only goes up to 2016.
Okay.
This book is this big now. At the rate it's going, I mean, there's a book like this for the 1600s, the 1700s, the 1800s, the 1900s. Then there's a book from 1901 to 2000.
It's a lot of book, guy.
I can't believe it's this big. This is how big the whole 18th century was.
These are very expensive.
Yeah, they run usually 100 and change a piece.
Some of these books, too, I've noticed that are very specialized in whatever the coin is they're talking about, whether it be a coin
Probably about
only about
$80.
Fugio cents and varieties, or a
you
coin
got
about
that. Yeah, there you
Spanish
go.
cobs or whatever.
Yeah.
Those can get expensive.
Just Eisenhower dollars.
Only.
Just Eisenhower dollars.
These specialty books can be expensive for sure.
Well, you get a guy who made this, and this is what he's making a living on. And I bought this when he did our show one time. It might have been a show special for $30, but it's got photos. You know, I'm not crazy about Eisenhower dollars, but there are varieties that have value.
I didn't know you could write a whole book on Eisenhower
I'm
dollars, to be
amazed.
honest with you.
And this isn't brand new. Here, I bought this 11 years ago. Paid $35.
And 11 years ago.
It was a write-off then. Huh?
That's a $70 book today.
Probably. Here you have a book on just $20 gold pieces.
Only. How wild, huh? There's a book for
There's
everything.
a book on every little thing, Chinese, Ming Dynasty. You know, every country of the world is going to have. I showed you the German book. I mean, the German book is outrageous. And you got to figure that's only up to probably 1900. Yeah,
Shoo!
this is just German coins to present from 1501.
She is
And they were
thick.
making coins earlier than that.
Man.
I mean, kabam. I mean,
That's crazy.
then you know they had the 100 most influential people in coins,
Oh, yeah, we
which
talked
I
about
thank
that.
all those hundreds of people for sending in my vote, which I said they would never elect me. And now what happened? I don't see them having that anymore. Now you got the 100 most influential companies.
So the biggest advertisers.
I'm not saying they found a way around it, but I find it very interesting that that's what's happened next. Who is this young whippersnapper?
Coin Guy, don't you have a company here? I mean, don't you have a business?
We have a business, but it's not what these kind of companies are. And I think, lo and behold, you're going to see a lot of the same ads opposite the same people in this.
Well, it's not what these companies are because you're not paying the advertising dollars
Nope.
they are.
Yeah, you got like this one. How much does this cost?
Oh, yeah, that's
There
a,
you go.
that's a
Well,
whole
what
page.
do you know? There's the name of that person there.
Yeah.
You know.
Who pays the most money? The
Yep.
top 100 who pays the most
Yep.
is what it is, guy.
Great collections. And I use them. I like them. But here you go.
But
Most influential.
they have advertising dollars all over the place. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
it
I
is
don't know
it
what
is.
they must spend. I wouldn't be surprised if they spend, you know, 70, 80,000 a year on advertising.
Oh, more than that. Come on.
What do I know?
Come more than that. What are these over here now? These are not
These are
coin
good.
books.
No, these are not coin books. It's about money. The death of money. This talks about how people use ETFs, the collapse of money. This is another book that somebody dropped off for me.
So this ties
you,
in
Rob.
more of like your precious metals and why that stuff is important.
Uh,
A little bit.
the history of money and where are we headed. It's scenarios. It's what if this happens. Be aware of what's going on. This is like a subtext to coin collecting.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, you can sell ETFs, 1,000 ounces of gold. When you drop the price of gold $40, that means that somebody probably dropped 100,000 ounces of gold on the market,
It's crazy.
whatever it took.
That's big monies.
And that's not physical money. That'll be ETFs. That'll be digital money.
Yeah. You never see the gold in your hand.
No. It's that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, the same with this is talking about that kind of stuff also.
Speaking of digital and things that you don't really see in your hand, the internet. great wealth of knowledge. Can be kind of, some sour spots to it if you're looking in the wrong places. But for instance, if I get some coins in there, like maybe some gold coins, and I'm curious about the actual gold value and gold weight in those coins, I always type in that type of coin in the internet and NGC. NGC has a lot of different pages of exactly what that coin is,
Yep.
what it's made out of, the rare dates, somewhat of the price guide on
If it's
it.
U.S., you're going to find it in the book.
Yeah.
The red book is going to tell you how many grams. There's more weight in grams.
Yeah.
Like I said, the 26.7 for $1, and that in that nature.
Yep.
And that's basically the literature, just a piece of it. As I said, I got a big bookcase in what I call the weight room, because there's weights in there I never use, and then I've got another bookcase over there. I got books everywhere. I'm a book person.
There's a book for everything. Is what we're trying to get.
There's two books for everything.
I never would have thought that there was an Eisenhower only book.
Oh yeah.
But there it
Yeah.
is.
There's a book on Eisenhower, Standing Quarters, Buffalo Nickels. I mean, I think I've shown you those. And some of these books are pretty hard to come by.
Well, I've seen many of these books that are multiple, like $200-300 for just a book, a specialized book, and I was all about getting it until I saw the price tag. Oh, what do you got here? Only Buffalo Nickels.
Yeah. Here's a third, just on early commems.
Buffalo Nickels go from what date to
Lincoln
what date?
cents.
How long were they minted?
They were from 13 to 38.
So an entire book on just a couple decades, really.
Yeah.
Man.
There's a book on V-nickels. My wife likes V-nickels. She thinks they're pretty cool.
That's
I think
cool.
they're nice and high grades, but,
I'm embarrassed to say that I don't have this book. I should have got this one.
But
now I know it exists.
Get this. You'd have to buy this at, some of these books out of print. I wouldn't be surprised this book is $60.
A lot of times you can go to eBay or Amazon and they'll sell those old books on there.
Yeah, and it could be $60.
Oh, you're paying for it.
This
for
is
sure.
2008.
Yeah, you're paying the price.
I think I showed you that one time, the book that there is on tokens.
Token book, yes. We talked about those.
Yeah, this one. This book new, $600.
Forget about it.
Used. A used copy like this, $250.
Phew.
$250 for a used copy. It's out of print.
But if you're a token collector, that's the Bible. That's what you need.
This is what I used when I did, and I even put markers on here for when I was looking up all the Civil War tokens.
Shoo-wee.
I mean, some books have huge numbers.
Well, Guy, hopefully somebody will make a book on you.
Yeah, okay.
But, basically what Guy and I wanted to say is that there is a book on everything. There's a lot out there. Just some information, where to look. But you got to get those books. It's important if you're going to be a collector.
I've always been a book person. Oh, you can find it on the internet. I said, but see, I'm the kind of person that if I'm looking up a penny here, or in let's say in this book, I'm cross-checking it in this book. I guess I need multiple computers. I like books. I like libraries.
Right on.
It's like when I did the Great American Teaching. I was in the media room. The media room. You had
AKA
a
the
few
library.
It was a library. So when I was a kid, this was a library. But you got a couple of computers in the corner. It's the media room now. I didn't see a big screen and a movie on, but what can I tell you?
They're there. Projectors are there.
Yeah, somewhere hidden.
Guy, thank you for this information. And I'll also put Coin Guy's information down in the description of the video in case you want to check him out either online or in store. Guy, thanks again.
God bless America.
Amen.
Greatest country in the world. Hang in there. It'll get better.
Thanks, Guy.
Thank you.
Bye. Well, hello, everybody. I seek to educate and entertain through my journey of collecting coins and stacking precious metals. I encourage you to subscribe and please stay with me on this journey. I am Spegtacular, the Silver Stacular. When I was a kid, we did this every day in school, and I believe we need to bring this back a little bit, and I'm going to start right now. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.